Youth Fight for Education?
Well, today people came from schools, colleges, universities and union branches all over the country to launch Youth Fight for Education, which is an initiative being taken by Youth Fight for Jobs that take part in the mass movement that's developing around cuts to education, including EMA being scrapped completely and tuition fees being hiked up to £9,000 a year.
Content government want to axe our future.
No cuts! No education cuts!
What we've witnessed in the past few weeks is one of the most massive movements of students that we've seen in decades. There's been a real feeling of empowerment that came from being in a massive group of people all fighting for the same thing.
And I think that even in a short space of time, students, whether they're from universities, whether they're from colleges, have learned an awful lot of lessons. Students have understood what it's like to take part in a demonstration, what it's like to organise a movement, and they're going to learn the lesson when this legislation does go through, tuition fees get trickled, that we need more than just demonstrations, more than just rallies. And this is where I think we come in, because while there are students who are taking on the responsibility of organising a movement for the first time in their lives, and in some cases are doing it exceptionally well, there are going to be other layers who are going to need direction. And I think that this is where Youth Fight for Education is going to come into its own.
Oh, the conferences over the weekend, Youth Fight for Jobs yesterday, Social Students Conference today, Sunday, have been absolutely fantastic. We're discussing strategy on how to take the campaign forward. We've launched Youth Fight for Education.
But we think there's a really big need to organise that movement, to prevent things like the police attacking with demonstrations because there aren't enough stewards, to prevent people being arrested, and to make sure there is an actual strategy that's capable of defeating the cuts and defeating the government.
We played a leading role in that, helping to organise a march over 400 just yesterday, where we provided many of the speakers and many of the youth on that march. Over 1,000 people from colleges and universities went down to London. Also on the 24th we helped to organise a march of 200 in Coventry and 250 in Warwick, which then proceeded to occupy Warwick Arts Centre with over 100 students and lecturers taking control of that art centre, and truly send a message to the management at university that they have to listen to their students instead of listening to back pockets of the billionaires.
They're basically brutalizing everything, and I think a lot of people sooner or later they're going to realise like how much of an impact that is going to make in their life, you know.
Well, it was good. It was really trying to organise a start of a fight back, because whatever the result is on Thursday, we need to channel the energy that youth have shown across up and down the country and put it into a decisive force that really stop this government in its tracks.
Obviously what this government is doing, it's not about, you know, it's not about saving money or anything like that. It's very, very simple. It's ideology based, you know.
This has also been crucial in comparison to the shambolic role played by the NUS. Has played no leading role, has not organised, and has not provided a decisive programme whatsoever.
So we want Youth Fight for Education to be something that people can use to democratically decide how that's done, and to make sure that we really win this.
But also linking up with the rest of the workers' movement when they start to creak into action and fight back in the new year.
Is in organising to defend education amongst youth. You have to be able to make sure that it's linked with the wider struggle that is coming out in attack of ordinary working people. If workers and students are united in struggle, then this government really has no chance. So yes, and make sure we get organised on Thursday, but also organised for the further struggle in the preceding weeks and months. Thank you.